One Nation of Gamers Summer Circuit feature tournament number 1. We are just about to jump into the winners matchup of this first group of the weekend, and it is going to be between Wafster and Nostum. Of course, I'm TJ Osmond Kitty Sanders, joined by David Dog Cairo. We just got done seeing a pretty exciting series. What were your thoughts on that last series with Wafster and Eldritch?
The aggro Paladin game was by far like the most exciting. Like turn 1 abusive, turn 2 smack him in the face for 8. I was like, yeah, that was a really close game, and yeah, it just shows the power of like aggro Paladin right now.
Yeah, and people don't really expect it too much coming into an environment like this. I know, sort of in a similar vein, Savitz, when he brought out the his Paladin or whatever it was called back a while ago, a couple months ago, people weren't expecting it. When he brought it to tournaments, people were always expecting mid-range Paladin, so they never knew how to really play it around what aggro Paladin does. And so we'll get to see it again, hopefully this series as well from Wafster. Nostum, on the other hand, he took out Calento in the first series of the day, so he's probably got a little bit of a little bit pep in his step.
Yeah,
he's probably feeling confident right
Calento, like you have to feel a little bit confident about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So should be a good series. I'm not really sure how I feel about the classes matching up. He brought Druid, Warlock, Warrior, whereas Wafster brought Paladin, Warlock, and Warrior.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Wafster in his bio said that he hates playing face decks and he doesn't like playing aggro. Says that he's a control player and a rogue player. And then he brings aggro Paladin.
Oh man, he's a trickster, that's for sure.
Yeah, trickster is, I guess, the right word for it. Nostum actually plays for Grand National Champions, which is the Hearthstone team run by none other than Casey Tron. And he's one of the couple members over there, along with Lead Paint, or Frank in a Box, who was recently at the ESL Season 2 Legendary Series LAN Finals. Didn't place very well, but both these guys are starting to make a name for themselves. And with the guidance of Casey Tron, these guys,
Casey Tron, we trust, right?
Yeah, these guys are definitely going places. So Nostum was actually the winner of... Oh, no, he qualified because he had the most GEICO points for North America. So he had the most GEICO points out of any player that didn't win a week. So we saw him, I believe, in the North American qualifier number 1 a couple weeks ago, where he got... it might have been second. And so that got him enough GEICO points to be able to qualify for today. Keep in mind, this is the winners match. We're running a double elimination GSL style group stage. So the winner of this match moves on to the playoff round, the round of 4 on Sunday. The loser of this matchup is not out of the tournament. They sort of go down to the losers bracket where they face the winner of the losers match. So they'll have another shot even if they lose. So both these players put themselves in a good enough position to where even if they lose this next match, they'll still have another shot to make it to that playoff round, and of course to try and win and make it to the PAX finals.
Yeah, okay. And they also get GEICO points from just like competing in this tournament, getting a higher placing. So those are very important because they can actually qualify for PAX, if I'm not mistaken, through just GEICO points.
Yep, that is correct. I believe the PAX Grand Final will feature 8 players. The winner of each feature tournament plus the top 2 players from each region with the most GEICO points. So the top 2 GEICO point earners in EU and the top 2 GEICO point earners in NA. So if they make it to a couple weeks, get some GEICO points from the qualifiers, make it to a future tournament, even if they don't win, get a bunch of GEICO points from there, they can qualify. But we are jumping into game number 1 of this winners match. It's going to be Wafster on the Control Warrior versus Nostum. He's going to be playing this combo lock.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup. Like, Warrior can get out of range of the combo pretty easily with just, armoring up. But the Warlock can take initiative on the board early, squeeze in some damage. I think we saw that Nostum ran Black Knight, so maybe that'll get some value. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting matchup. I kind of like being the combo lock in this matchup, but we'll see. Double Acolyte's pretty annoying to deal with.
Yeah. I'm not sure. We saw that Wafts, or sorry, no, it was Eldritch ran. No, it was Wafster.
Monster ran
Double Owl.
Malloc.
Yeah, he ran Malloc, he ran Double Owl.
Yeah,
But
this
I'm
is
not sure.
combo luck.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you have room for Double Owl in Combo Lock, but I guess it sort of worked the same way as Malloc would.
Yeah, I would assume so. Just valuing that 1/3 accolade over 4 to the face, I like it. You really want to be leveraging your life total. Oh wow, that's an interesting play because he can get a free draw off the acolyte now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that, but anyways, you want to be leveraging your face damage for board generally as warrior, especially early. Take all that sweet blowback.
Oh yeah.
So
Show me the blowback. No Black Knight on turn 6. That's when you need it.
Yeah, when he sacrifices the ooze because he doesn't want him to draw more. I like that as well.
Yeah.
And it also plays into killing with the Drake. So I wonder if he's gonna execute here and just play the Belcher.
Yeah, well, he should know that this is combo lock because he had the opportunity to watch Nostum's matches early on before he played his.
Yeah.
I believe. I think you have a chance to watch some of it. I'm not sure. There's, I believe, a delay, so I'm not sure how he can use it. But since it was the first match, he could watch it, so he knows that it's combo lock. You're not going to really have many other execute targets besides Twilight Drake in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean that board position, like Monster has such a big board right now. It's gonna be so hard for Nostum just to get it back. I'm not sure if he runs many sweepers aside from like Hellfire or anything. Like, it's looking really good for Wofster right now. There's the one, or he's just missing the faceless for the combo piece.
It doesn't really matter though. His hand is clogged up with double Siphon Soul. He's gonna have to like Siphon Soul some of these mid-range targets.
Oh, heal bot.
Okay.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, he can actually set up for lethal because he can just clear this off with the Fire War Axe, go face, and then next turn he can just Alex Draws in and have enough damage on the board.
Yeah, Wofster's just going hard. Dang, 12 HP.
He even has enough mana to Alex Draws plus Cruel Taskmaster.
So cruel.
So even if he Siphon Sold, yeah, well, he's below 12 anyway, so he doesn't even need Alex Draza.
How do you clear this? Like, Siphon now and... Wait.
Well, he's dead.
Is that game?
Yeah, he's got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage.
Jeez. That was a quick game.
Quick first series. Quick first match. Okay. Well, I mean, combo lock is if you draw your combo pieces early and not your remover early, you can find yourself in situations like that. Having double power overwhelming and arcane golem in your first 10 cards is definitely not what you want to see.
Yeah, usually whenever you draw doubles of your cards, it's pretty bad, especially when you're not wanting to use that card. Like, he had double power overwhelming, he had double siphon, he had like I think he had another double imp gang boss. Like, he didn't want to use those cards. So usually, like, when you draw double of your cards, it's kind of unfortunate in most cases, unless it's like a very good card, like double backstab against aggro or something. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, well, Wofster's gonna get a win with the Control Warrior out of the way very quickly, and so now he has the Aggro Paladin and his Malagos Warlock deck left, and I feel like the Aggro Paladin is going to be able to take matches against the Druid and the Warlock pretty easily.
I agree, and I'm pretty sure Wofster agrees by what he queued up.
Yeah. Yeah, last time he won, even though he didn't even draw into his Divine Favors. He just went all in with an Abusive Sergeant in the first game where he used, double Blessing of Might on his own Abusive Sergeant, and he got to swing twice with it, so he did 16 damage. He put him at 6 health on turn 4.
That's so ridiculous. That's crazy.
Yeah. So now he's got... this is a fantastic hand, because he's got super... a resilient and strong early game. Plus, he's got Divine Favor to fill his hand in the mid game.
Divine Favor is by far the most important card in this matchup. Ooh, and like mustering and able to clear that. It's looking double Divine Favor. That's usually not what you want, but then again, like the Warlock's usually going to have enough cards to where you're going to get value from it regardless.
Yeah. In this matchup, I'd say that having double Divine Favor is actually not that bad.
Ooh,
like,
ooze. That's it. He did run the ooze.
He does have Hellfire. He's got a decent hand. Ooh.
I think you play on curve.
Yeah.
Because I think you just want to like dump your hand as quickly as possible. So by playing on curve, you allow that.
Yeah. I think like go face.
Like face, yeah.
You know that if you trade, you're just gonna get Hellfired. So
yeah, and he used an owl already, right?
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds he has the second one?
Yeah. And you're not playing around Molten Giant to this matchup. It's combo lock, so the damage that you do is gonna stick aside from heal bot. So you might as well just put on the damage while you can.
That second Hellfire drop is really, really clutch.
He's gonna have to use them both in quick succession, though.
I know, and then like he's Wasser's just gonna fill up his hand again with Divine Favor.
Yeah,
which is pretty nice.
And he's actually putting on a lot of damage. So he's gonna put on extra 3 damage this turn. If he Hellfires, he's gonna be at 8. He has a 1 damage weapon, so he's effectively at 7 the following turn.
Yeah, things are looking pretty good for Wasser here.
Wow. Wow.
So you just drop the abusive, right? Do you drop the owl? I think you value the owl more, right?
Yeah.
In the card, I think an owl is like, yeah, good.
Yeah, so they'll draw him 3 cards. Still good. Still fantastic.
Decent. It's decent, you know. And you just drop that, right? Perfect.
It's a better Arcane Intellect.
Oh man, are we gonna see a siphon on a juggler?
I think that unless he draws into like Healbot here.
Okay.
I think you still.
I think you siphon, and the next turn you Healbot.
Yeah, because the Knife Juggler can represent so much more damage. Like if you flood the board with Knife Juggler, it can potentially be like 7 damage next turn as opposed to 3.
That was so much value.
How much damage is this? Not enough.
Not quite. You just play everything, all your drops, including not the owl, obviously. But yeah.
You've seen both Hellfires, so
yeah, you just go
empty your hand. This deck feels super troll to me.
I know.
Just empty your hand.
Every time I play against it, I'm just like, this deck is terrible, but it does well. Like I've lost to it a couple times, so
yeah. Especially when you don't expect it. When you queue in and you see Paladin, you're like, okay, it's mid range.
Yeah,
Early on, the first time you see the Shield of Minibot, you're like, okay, Shield of Minibot.
I'll keep my double sprint hand, like it's fine. Yeah. And then suddenly,
like let me swing into the Shield of Minibot with my Fire Warlock so I can kill it next turn. And then he Blessing at Kings it.
Oh no!
It's like, oh, okay.
I made a huge mistake.
Yeah. Well, that's. Oh,
is that lethal?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Exactly 12 damage. All right, well, Wafster, another quick match. He's going to take a 2-0 lead in the series. He actually has 3 games in a row now, or 3 chances to win with his Warlock deck to move on to the playoff stage. So he just has to win one of the next 3 games, and he's secured his spot in the top 4. And
I think he's pretty favored. Like, the Druid is probably favored against the Warlock, but still, like, if you're given 3 chances to beat all of his decks, you're in a pretty good position.
Yeah. And top 4 guarantees $750, and it also guarantees 10 GEICO points. So getting top 4 in a feature tournament is the same amount of GEICO points as winning an Open. So that's a pretty big deal. And $750 on top of that, that's a whole lot of packs that you can buy.
All about that pack value and those GEICO points.
Yeah, well, what you can do is you can buy packs on whatever server you don't main on to increase the chances that you'll win an Open on the other server.
Then go into a feature tournament, right?
Yeah, and then, give yourself multiple opportunities to get into another feature tournament to get more $750. Buy more packs.
Oh, man. Sounds like a plan.
Yep. All right, well, these 2 decks have similar strategies, but just different win conditions.
Yeah.
Wobster's running the Malagos Warlock, which relies on spell combos. Nostum's running the Combo Warlock, which relies on Arcane Golem, Power Overwhelming, Faceless.
I actually think the person who's favored in this matchup is the person who either like draws really well, but like more importantly, you go first. Because if you go first, well, you basically have a wild growth the entire game. The extra card doesn't matter because you're going to be sapping anyways, and your like hand is full. So I actually think that it's more important to go first in this matchup than pretty much anything else.
Do you think it's beneficial for Malygos Warlock to be able to get through taunts with their combo? Does it really matter?
It's not as important, no.
He's gonna coin on Emperor.
Yeah, as turn 5. Why
Yeah.
not make him react to you?
Yeah. Even
Not a very good hand for it, but
there's only one sort of quote-unquote combo piece with the Dark Bomb. But having like 0 mana Mortar Coil or having like a 4 mana heal bot can open up a lot more plays. Oh, the 4 roll!
yeah, Andy gets the Mortal Coil. That's not very. It's gotta feel bad.
It's payback for the last aggro Paladin game.
Exactly.
And the Imp King boss is so tough to deal with because this deck deals damage in like 3s. Like Dark
Yeah.
Bomb 3, Hellfire 3, Blackwing Corruptor 3.
I didn't even think about that. All of them do deal damage in 3s.
Hmm.
Looks like he's gonna go with the Drake.
Yeah. In the current meta though, 3 seems to be sort of the sweet spot. But
Yeah, like Shredders. Like if that's a Shredder, you can deal with 3 drops from Rogues. You can kill like big game hunters.
patrons.
Oh yeah.
So, but in this matchup, it's sort of a completely different world as far as where your damage lines up and where it doesn't. This is actually such a tough board to deal with, having both Imp King bosses on, because there's no way to deal with those efficiently, except for maybe like Shadow Flame. But then you're still left with 1/1, so everything just feels inefficient.
I would actually like Gloucester to play one of those BGHs soon. I don't think they're very useful. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The double BGH seems to be used. It feels like it's used more when you play like an abusive sergeant.
Yeah.
Because you can use an abusive sergeant to buff a 5, like a Emperor Thorsan up to 7 attack to kill it. The double BGH without having any sort of buff to activate it seems
Kind of, yeah.
excessive. Oh well, there's an
abusive.
abusive. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We hadn't seen it until now.
Ooh, do Hellfire this board. Does that actually reduce the damage? Because you take 3. Oh, he's using Bane of Doom. Okay, that makes sense.
So that's got to be something good.
It has to be, I think. Yeah, I don't think that's good enough. Is that game? That's 4. Oh, that's definitely game. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. There was multiple ways for him to win. So Nosum puts himself on the board in this matchup. So far, we've had 3 very quick games. They've been very one-sided in the matchup so far. And Wobster, he still has 2 opportunities left to win with this Warlock, and I think that one was probably going to be the hardest one for him, the mirror matchup. Actually, no, Druid was probably going to be the hardest one for him.
Yeah, I mean, he still has, Druid. Druid isn't too bad if you can just, like, drop Malygos on 9, or if you get a good Emperor. It ultimately just comes down to, like, is the Druid doing Druid things, like drawing Wild Growth, drawing Innervate, things like that. The Patron Warrior matchup is also not too bad. I don't know. I haven't played that matchup without an ooze, so oh my goodness, that hand is disgusting.
Dog, that's 2 Wild Growths.
He's a really good Druid player.
Mm-hmm.
He's done this before. He's played Druid before.
Yeah, lots of experience. I just got my Golden Druid yesterday.
Man.
It was the worst experience of my entire life.
I don't know. I feel like Golden Paladin or Priest is...
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to those. I started at like 440 wins. So when I hit Legend at the beginning of the season, I had 440 wins with Druid. I said, okay, I'm going to dedicate the next week or so to getting Golden Druid. So I'm only going to play Druid. So I started out like 80 Legend rank. I'm now 900. And I'm pretty sure that there's not many people below 900 because every time I lose a game, I lose like 1 Legend rank.
Oh my goodness.
So that 1 Legend rank I lose is basically the one person that's getting Legend in the time that it takes
Oh,
me to lose
what you
that
do
game.
is you tell them that you're the highest legend, right?
Yeah,
You tell everyone I'm the highest legend. Like,
I'm the highest legend rank currently. So I got to go to Druid. So now I'm literally never playing Druid again, and I have to spend the rest of the season trying to climb up with other decks.
oh man, it's okay. Anything's better than Paladin. And double wild growth, so strong.
Yeah, especially with Ancient of Lore in the hand, because sometimes when you have double Wild Growth starts or like Wild Growth Innervate starts, you run out of cards. And having Ancient of Lore in the hand as well makes it so that you can ramp up and Ancient of Lore to refill the Wild Growths that you basically spent.
Did he actually keep that ancient of
I
lore in his
wasn't
hands?
paying enough attention. I know that he had one in his hand, but
Yeah,
I wasn't.
that would be
paying enough
smart if he did. I would actually have to commend him for that because you're right. That is a way you lose the matchup. You just like draw dead. So keeping it kind of guarantees it.
Preemptively dark bombing. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought he played the BGH this turn. The green glow went away.
Whoa, Spec Knight. I have not seen that card in a long time.
Wow. It's actually super smart because what are the three most popular decks right now? What
Patron
Control
Warrior.
Warrior, Patron Warrior,
Yeah.
and Warlock.
Huh. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Which they all have a lot of trouble because they mainly use like Implosion, Dark Bombs, Mortal Coils, Execute, Shield Slams to remove that 5-drop.
It's true. That's interesting. I do like that tech. Ooh.
Yeah.
BGH.
There's a player on ladder that has run Spectral Knights for like months and months. Jason Zoe.
Oh yeah, I think he plays Control Warrior mostly, but
Yeah, he plays. But the couple times that I've seen him play Druid, and the couple times that I've played against him in tournaments where he's been running Druid, he runs Spectral Knights, and he's been doing it for months. He finished like I think top 10 last month.
That's good. I mean, that's results.
Yeah.
It's an awkward turn as well.
But he's got a lot of mana, so
It has a lot of mana to leverage.
happy about that.
Needs more card draw.
Yeah. He can like keeper, swipe, or just double swipe. Yeah, that works. And he can save keeper for like Twilight Drakes.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do.
All right, let's see. Anything but 2. That's
okay.
4.
I think we haven't seen anything less than 4 in this game.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it's been. You can't say either player's getting luckier than the other because they both rolled 4s nearly every time.
Exactly. I didn't really like the use of swipe there. Like both swipes. He runs implosions, and like by doing that, you're just putting yourself in a kind of bad situation.
Yeah. Druid in the last patch did get slightly worse in this matchup because now the imp from the imp gang boss still survives after swipe is used.
That's right. I forgot about that. Man, he's just going in with Bane of Doom. He knows he's getting something good.
Oh, the Pit Lord.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty average.
Yeah.
Well, because the demons are strong on average.
They really are. But you could also get like really garbage ones like Mistress of Pain, Voidwalker, Blood Imp. But there are a few good ones like you can get Illidan, right?
Dread Infernal,
yeah. Mal'Ganis, Jaraxxus. There's a good amount.
Yeah. Floating Watcher.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Even Felguard's pretty decent. Because you don't get the drawback.
Oh, yeah. You get the 3/5. But still, a 5/6. That's pretty intimidating for Druid to deal with.
Yeah.
Whoa. I don't know if you Alex face and go in.
If you Alex face and go in, you put him at 4. But then you're staring at pretty much Savage Roar kills you.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a winning play.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like tapping or using coil here.
I think you can fit in tap, owl, and anti-kill bot.
Well, I think you'd want to develop the corruptor first. Looks like he's gonna cycle the coil first.
Yeah.
See what he can get. Well, both swipes have been used, so I actually really like that trade right there, and just play Belcher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's very smart.
Protects you from combo. And now next turn you can Alexstrasza, or you can play double 5-drop. Yeah, I think double 5-drop probably be pretty good next turn. I don't know, Alexstrasza, because you you're not getting maximum value of anti-kill bot because you're only at 24 health.
Yeah, it just depends how the board state looks after this turn.
Yeah.
Like, looks like he's trying to set up for lethal with. Okay, no, he's clearing.
I think he's just gonna.
He is also setting up for lethal this way,
Yeah.
though, so I kind of like that. So now you can heal bot. Are you dead to combo? Ooh. Okay. There we go. That's one way to do it.
Corruptor Shadow Flame.
Yeah. Very, 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 very important draw.
Yeah, he would have been dead to combo if he didn't find a way to deal with the shades. He would have had to anti-heal bot to get out of range. And we'll see what the next draw was going to be from Nostum. Wrath.
Oh.
He wouldn't have died, but this is going to allow him to cycle. But I'm not sure if he can find enough to come back in this game.
Well, the thing is, Waster doesn't have anything to set up for lethal yet. If he plays Alex Strauss this turn, there's a chance it gets BGH'd, and maybe the board can be cleared.
Yeah, that's true.
It just ultimately comes down to Waster's line of play. I think the safest thing is just to drop Malagos. I don't know. You don't want to sacrifice everything into the Harrison either.
Well, you can Malagos and then go face because...
you don't die to combo.
You don't die to combo. But you die to... Like, if both cards in his hand were either Force of Nature Innervate or Force of Nature Saboteur, and then he drew into Innervate. So you die to Saboteur Innervate, but that's an exact 3-card combo, and he would have only 3 cards next turn. So he does go ahead and play it safe because he realizes he's in a good position anyway.
I don't think he's counted the cards also discounted from Emperor because he used Emperor earlier, right? So
yeah,
if one of those got discounted, then
yeah.
But it looks like this game is over. No, he could use Force of Nature to clear, right?
Can he clear off enough?
I don't think so. No, he
Yeah,
can.
He can. Yeah, but there's so many things that win in the game. Any spell. Dark Bomb, Soulfire, Hellfire,
Hellfire, yeah.
Blackwing Corruptor.
Abusive, if he has it. There we go.
There it
Nice.
is.
And it looks like Waster is going to be the first person to qualify for... what does he qualify for?
The playoff stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So he goes on to Sunday. So he makes it to the top 4 of this feature. So he's going to play on Sunday. He guarantees himself at least $750 and at least 10 GEICO points. And moving out of his group in first place, he also guarantees that he'll face the, I believe it goes cross group, so he'll face the second place from the other group, which means that it might give him a little bit of an advantage because he's the person that had to play less games. He's the person that's sort of coming in as the favorite. So that's got to be a really big personal victory for him to make it through. And that matchup was actually really one-sided. He won the first 2 games really quickly. He dropped 1 match, but then he came back and won the 3rd match pretty decisively as well. So very well played by Wofster. Nostum is actually going to move on to the decider match. He's going to face the winner of the losers matchup. So next up is going to be Eldritch versus Kalento. That is an elimination match, so the loser is out of the tournament. And the winner of that one is going to move on to face Nostum for the 2nd elimination match. So we still have 2 more matches to go. But Kalento versus Eldritch, what are going to be your thoughts on that matchup before we go to a break?
Once again, like Kalento, very well-known player, all this good stuff, and he's not really one to get tilted. Whereas maybe Eldritch might be, but I don't know. There's not much about him known, but he made it through the qualifier. He made it to this tournament, so obviously he's good. It'll once again be a pretty exciting match to see.
Yeah, so next matchup is going to be Kalento versus Eldritch. That's the first elimination match. Before we go to a break, we want to give a quick reminder. Head over to geico.onog.gg. Get all the information about the upcoming opens, the upcoming feature tournaments, as well as GEICO points. You can also get a quote from GEICO, who is, of course, the premier sponsor for this event. And also you can enter in to win an official TSM PC. So head on over to that website, follow the instructions on screen, and you can have a chance to win yourself an official TSM PC. But we have 2 more matches to go for the day. We have the losers matchup and then the decider matchup. So don't go anywhere, guys. The ONOG Summer Circuits feature tournament number 1. We'll come back right after this break.